Mula sa pagiging Davao City 1st District Representative, ngayon ay bagong Cabinet Secretary na si Karlo Nograles. Kabilang sa mga tungkulin ng Cabinet Secretary, ang koordinasyon sa iba't ibang kalihim ng gabinete at paghahanda ng agenda para sa Cabinet deliberations. Kaugnay niyan, mga kapanayam natin ang bagong Cabinet Secretary na si Karlo Nograles. Good morning.
Good morning, Howie.
Secretary
Magandang umaga.
Okay.
Nakakapanibago. No?
Yeah, okay. I mean,
parang kailan lang.
Tama. We were talking about the nitty-gritty ng budget. Obviously, you're a hands-on guy, no? Kasi parang na-master mo rin yung technicalities ng budget deliberation. So I guess you would be a logical choice. But being Cabinet Secretary, it doesn't seem like the most exciting job, no? From a very visible representative. Okay, all of a sudden, nandun ka na sa parang bureaucracy ng Malacanang. Yes. Bakit mo tinanggap itong position na to?
Para makatulong kay Pangulo, lagi ko naman sinasabi na in any capacity whatsoever, kung saan man ako makakatulong kay Pangulo, willing naman po tayo, whether in the private sector or in the government sector. Nagkataon lamang na nitong nakaraang filing ng certificates of candidacy, maraming ang naging bakante dito sa executive branch, gawa ng pag-file ng certificate of candidacy, deemed resign ka na sa position mo. At isa sa mga position na ito, itong Office of the Cabinet Secretary, yung kalihim ng Cabinet.
Okay, enlighten us. Ano bang trabaho ng Cabinet Secretary? It doesn't control or lead a department, right?
Hindi siya department secretary, so wala ka talagang department, but you're supposed to set the agenda of the cabinet meetings. And then apart from that, ginagawa yung mga cabinet, yung agenda ng cabinet meetings sa pag-attend mo ng mga cabinet cluster meetings. So dito yung buong executive is divided into 6 clusters, no? Economic, infrastructure, human development, participatory government, climate change. So lahat ng yan, made up of different departments, then you create the agenda or yung kumbaga roadmap mo per cluster. And because of those roadmaps, those objectives, and those directives, gagawa kayo, magsasabit kayo ng mga proposals for the next cabinet meeting, which is usually, every month, unless may emergency cabinet meeting. So that's what sets the tone kung anong maging agenda for the next cabinet meeting. And then kung ano man ang mga utos ni Pangulo dun sa cabinet meeting, yun ang fina-follow up ng cabinet secretary sa lahat ng mga kalihim ng iba't ibang mga departamento at ahensya ng gobyerno.
Okay, it sounds like you'll be sitting in on a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
No? Okay, so
parang kongreso lang din, no? Kongreso naman, you always sit in a lot of committee hearings. Parang ganun din ang ginagawa mo, but that is legislative naman. Dito sa executive, you'll be sitting in a lot of meetings, but it gives you a chance na maisulong ang lahat ng mga direktiba ng Pangulo.
Okay, I guess the difference there is yung mga hearings sa House, pwedeng i-live yun ng TV. I mean, in other words, this is a much less visible position. I guess maybe even less political. It's more of a technical position.
Parang troubleshooter nga din. Isa pa sa mga gawain
It's very important, obviously.
Ng CABSEC is parang troubleshooter ka rin. And you're supposed to find a way na ma-harmonize ang lahat ng mga departments para isang direction lang ang lahat.
Okay, before I ask you about your priorities dito sa agenda setting, no? Kasi ang pinag-uusapan just very recently, you're going to run for the Senate. No? Nabanggit mo nga na may marami na bakanting position, including this one, kasi may mga nag-file nga na COC na mga nasa executive branch. So why choose to go into the executive branch as opposed to running for the Senate? In-endorse ka pa ng presidential daughter, Sara Duterte.
Actually, nagkataon lang. No? The decision of not pursuing the Senate bid was a family decision. So nag-usap-usap ang pamilya and nagka-decision po kami na hindi ko na itutuloy. And I was already set on just finishing out my term hanggang June 30 ng pagka-congressman natin. Tatapusin ko lang at babalik ako sa private practice. But dahil nga marami nagkaroon ng bakante dito sa kabinete, ay nabuksan yung pagkakataon na makapaglingkod ako sa executive branch.
Okay, it was a family decision, no? And then you're even talking about going to private practice. In other words, ending your own promising political career. I mean, I need to mention that you're kind of the heir apparent of a political family din sa Davao, and your father, si Prospero Nograles, was actually a long-time rival of President Duterte. Nung 1990s pa, no? But of course, now you're allies, no? But why the family decision for you not to run? And I'm sure you still have a long career ahead of you. You're a young man, no? So why Why decide to, in effect, kind of end your political career now?
Well, we just felt na it wasn't time, no, it wasn't right. And I was hoping to just take it quietly na lang na back to the private sector. But I've always mentioned to the President na ako naman, sir, in any capacity, whether kahit sa private sector ako or kahit saan mo ako kailangan, nandiyan naman ako. At yun na nga, this opportunity opened, and when it was offered, sabi ko, well, anything, if that is one way that I can help you, sir, or your administration or this government, then tatanggapin ko po. Wholeheartedly, humbly, it will be an honor and privilege, sabi ko nga. At tinanggap ko naman.
Okay, I have to share something that sinasabi ng mga ilang political observers. Parang kino-co-opt daw yung Nograles family because you are still a pretty influential family in Davao and ka-generation mo, yung mga anak ng Pangulo. No? So in effect, parang kung itatago ka dyan sa Malacanang in a less visible role, kahit influential yon, parang they're taking away an obstacle to the rise of some of the presidential children like Sara, Baste, Pulong.
Tingin ko hindi naman
anong tingin mo doon sa observation na yun?
Hindi naman po ganun ang nangyari. Gaya ng sinabi ko, wala naman itong, kumbaga, some people think that may agreement. Wala pong agreement. Nagkataon lang. Everything just happened like that. Hindi ako tumuloy sa pagtakbo. Inalok po ako nito para makatulong sa Pangulo at sabi ko nga, tutulong kami. So, ganun na lang po yung naging sequence of events. But there was no agreement or walang pagkasunduan na sinasabi or haka-haka ng iba. Ito'y para lamang makatulong tayo sa administrasyon, makatulong tayo sa gobyerno, masuporta natin ang ating Pangulo.
Okay, alam ko you're still warming your seat, no? Pero so I'm sure you have access to some inside information. Si Senator Gringo Honasan na ba yung magiging head ng DICT, yung Department of Information and Communications Technology?
Well, alam naman po natin na it's open, and he is one of the candidates that's also being seriously considered. Alam naman po natin na si Senator Honasan will be ending his term also as senator. And well, on a personal note, I'd be very happy to welcome him in the cabinet, and he will be a very good addition to the cabinet. No, marami siyang ma-contribute sa discussions namin sa cabinet. Marami siyang ma-contribute not only in terms of the information and communications technology, but in all other aspects of governance as well. So we welcome him. If he accepts, then it would be an honor and a privilege to be working closely with future Secretary Gringo Honasan.
Okay, one of your roles is you're going to be helping set the agenda for
Yes.
cabinet meetings. Ano sa tingin mo ang dapat i-prioritize?
Actually, yung cabinet clusters naman, may sarili-sarili silang mga roadmaps, may sarili-sarili silang mga objectives, and all of that will all lead directly to the 10-point socio-economic agenda of the President. But personally, what is closest to my heart, which I believe is also closest to the heart of the President, is the development of our rural areas, yung pagpapalago ng ating mga countryside, ang ating mga probinsya, ang ating mga kanayunan. Napaka-importante po nun kasi parehas kami ni President Duterte na taga Mindanao, taga Davao, taga probinsya, at napaka-importante po sa amin na makita namin na lumago ang bawat probinsya at kanayunan ng ating bansa tulad ng paglago ng Davao City. Because Davao City before, and I know you know that, Howie, long time ago, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like the Davao we see now. We used to be very, a lot of people were poor, we had a lot of insurgency problem, social unrest, peace and order was a problem, crime was a problem, but we've developed it into what it is today. And we'd like to see that happening in all different parts of the country.
Okay, rural development, medyo broad yun. I mean, specifically, any policy ideas in mind that you want to throw it in the ring?
The cabinet secretary left his post, June Vasco, the focus was really on the National Anti-Poverty Program of the President. And so when we say National Anti-Poverty Program, we talk also about, that jives very well with rural and countryside development. So everything is nakafocus talaga dyan. And that also ties up very well with the ambition natin ni development program of the President, the socio-economic development, the social contract with the Philippines, with the Filipino people, and the PDP, the Philippine Development Plan. So lahat po nito naka-hone in, naka-tune in po doon. And my job as the cabinet secretary is to make sure that all departments of government, all agencies of government, don't lose focus. While each and every one of them have their own parang sets of mandates or jurisdictions, kailangan we still work as one whole team going towards the same direction.
Okay, dito naman, just recently in the news, no, napili na itong ikatlong telco player, Mislatel Consortium. Kabilang sa grupo na yan, itong negosyanteng taga Davao, no, si Dennis Uy, na isa sa pinakamalaking campaign contributor daw kay Pangulong Duterte. I wanted to get your comment on this. And do you think people from Davao are being favored when it comes to position? I mean, you're from Davao. Of course, prerogative naman ng Pangulo yan. But in this case, there's a bidding process. No?
Yes,
so,
correct.
Coincidental lang ba yan? At taga Davao din yung nakakuha ng
I think so.
winning
I think it's coincidental. Kasi alam niyo naman, itong third telco player has been something that the President has promised to the Filipino people. And he's been saying that and mouthing that for so long already. Meaning to say, everybody knew that it was gonna happen. So all bidders could bid. It was an open bidding. Lahat ng gusto mag-participate sa bidding. Long time ago pa, sinasabi ni Pangulo yan. So you had every chance for you to prepare all the bidding documents. Kung interesado ka, sumali ka sa bidding process. Gawin mo ang lahat ng pwedeng gawin para manalo ka sa bidding. And it was open to all. So this is just coincidental that
he's very close to the president. He gave a lot of money to the campaign.
Is, if you look at if you look at the circumstances, it was open to all. And in fact, there were bidders who bid. No, may mga nag-back out, but it was open to all. No, and yun po nangyari. And even the DICT has already pronounced that they were very open and transparent in the bidding process. And I think that's most important. And a winner has been declared, but again, even after the declaration of the winner, may due process pa rin po yan.
May mag-a-appeal pa nga, no?
Opo. Kaya nga sinasabi, it's not yet final, no? Yun yung presumptive, yan yung temporarily, siya pa, but everything's still open to scrutiny, and may proseso pa po yan. May procedural and due process pa po yan.
So hindi pa to final na final?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about someone else in the news. Itong si Michael Yang, supposedly a non-Filipino citizen but has been appointed an economic advisor of the president. No, why do you think that needed to be formalized? Hindi pa pwede mag-advise ng tungkol sa economy ang isang tao sa Pangulo without creating controversy? I mean,
well,
tsaka hindi ba ito labag sa batas?
Honestly, hindi ko pa talaga alam ano yung circumstances behind this. No, I don't know if he's actually an economic advisor. I haven't seen the papers yet. So hindi ko masasagot yan. I don't have enough documents to tell me really what the real story is.
And I suppose those kinds of matters, hindi na siguro dadaan sa cabinet secretary. It's mostly the executive secretary yung nagpa-process yan. No? I mean, you're dealing with the cabinet members only.
Yes. Agenda setting and coordination lang. Troubleshooting. At paminsan-minsan during the cabinet meetings, just like what happened in the last cabinet meeting, nabigyan ng direktiba to help in the passage of the coconut levy fund bill. So, isa po riyan sa mga directives na binibigay ng Pangulo. So, every now and then, madadagdagan yung trabaho natin.
So itong mga naiwan mong trabaho sa Kongreso, of course, if a follow-up mo na ngayon, I mean, you're kind of in a good position to follow up some of those issues that are close to your heart. Like,
I suppose, yung mga nakabinbin na legislation or mga pending legislation in the House. Yes, but as soon as I took my oath, syempre, I'm already considered resigned as a member of the House of Representatives, and fully nandito na tayo sa executive. But it gives us also a different, it's a paradigm shift, no? Mula sa legislative branch, ngayon nasa executive branch na tayo. And yes, it opens up an opportunity for me to push also what my legislative agenda was, na masuportahan naman ng executive branch this time around.
All right, congratulations and good luck.
Awi.
Maraming salamat, Cabinet Secretary Karlo Nograles.
Thank you po.
Thank you for coming.